Doug Hill, thanks for taking the time. First time this year we've seen you, although I've seen your club play a few times, some exhibitions against Mesa and Mines. How is your team shaping up in your mind?
We're progressing, and it's good to be back. I see you had a new office. I went to the trail where you weren't there, so you got the new office. It looks nice to you, Brian. The team, what I credit them, they're improving and learning every day. We're making some adjustments to the way we defended, and we compared our spring games to our fall games. And so we played both Denver and Mines in the spring, and we got to play them in the fall. We dropped the one at Denver. We were pretty strong against Mines, and we had one other exhibition. We played Mesa, and we got 6 different guys scoring. So maybe it's going to be a collective effort this year. It's not Tristan Traeger going up and finishing it in Lathan, but I think it's a good collective group, and they're committed, and they stick together, and they're learning quickly.
You lost a lot of players from last year, but one guy who's back, Western Athletic Conference preseason Defensive Player of the Year, London Agadou. Tell me, what does it mean to your team to have London back there?
Yeah, he's the strength of our defense. He's very athletic. He'll hold it down. He's a good communicator. He keeps people in check. We got a strong senior back line. We got Jake Chavez, some good height back there. Will Burns, who had a lot of minutes as center back and outside back. Kobe Stutz back from his injury, and Tyler Johnson, another senior, very athletic. So I like that they've been in the games. They've seen a lot of these contests, and they're going to be dependent on, especially coming into the start of the season.
Yeah, start of the season. Wow, who scheduled it? You scheduled this?
Is that my fault? Am I the one? Brian, sometimes it's just the way the cards fall out. We would love to have more home games. We do well at home. We like to play, but people just couldn't come out this year, catching up from COVID. Some people had to stay and save their budgets. So we said, let's take a chance. Let's give these guys a challenge. And I think the cadets are always up for a challenge. The soccer players, let's take it on and see what we can do. And I think you're either, you're getting some results or you're learning and improving. And I think we'll do both. But we have to start with a strong defense. It's a collective defense. It's a collective offense. It's the 3 lines moving together. And that's going to be the key. If we play like a team, we can stay in any match. If we go off on tangents, we get separated a little bit, and it's not an individual effort. It's a team effort. People are going to make mistakes. How are we going to make up for them? How are we going to get the ball back? How quickly can we get it back? And how quickly can we attack?
Yeah. Are you trying to win the Atlantic Coast Conference this year? You're going to take on North Carolina, Wake Forest this weekend. Talk to me about what you know of these teams. Obviously, they're athletes everywhere.
Yeah, I'll get to that question. I thought you were going to ask me why am I in the NCAA tournament already, because I'm playing 5 NCAA teams. I don't know if you know that, non-conference. 5 of the 6 games are NCAA teams, or 7 teams,
What better way to prepare for the
right. So it's my lead-in to get ready and prep we'll be ready for conference play. We got to keep them healthy. We got to get some minutes for different players. But going into North Carolina, very experienced team. Great soccer venues, both North Carolina and Wake. They have beautiful soccer stadiums. It's exciting to go play in those events, in those venues. And I think our players will step up to the challenge. We're not saying we have to get a result this game. We have to improve. We have to do what we've been training on, which is collective defense, quick counterattacking offense, and finding more ways to get opportunities to score.
Yeah. Do you lay back a little bit more? I mean, typically watching your team, you attack. Against these teams, do you have to lay back a little bit more, or do you just continue to play your game?
Well, I'm not going to give you my whole game plan, but I'm also going to play the way I think we have the best chance. We have been working on, a high press, a mid-block, and a low block, but I'm going to tell you every team in the country has been working on those 3 things, because you're going to find 3 phases of the game, and you're going to have to be able to execute in all those 3 phases. Denying goals is a big part. Defense can win championships, but you need some also goals on the other end. So if you don't get enough opportunities, you're not going to win too many either. So yeah, you got to work on both sides of the ball. I mean, the game of soccer, you want possession, you want to attack. If you lose the ball, you want to go from offense to defense. You want to get in a good defensive shape. And once we win in the defensive side, we want to get back to that offensive shape, So how quickly can we do the 2? The better teams in the country transition well. We've been working on that. But my only challenge this year is we've been limited to numbers of practices. We've only had about 12. We used to have 21. The NCAA changed the rule Fortunately or unfortunately, our kids are in school, so we don't get the two-a-days. But you know what? That's another challenge we just have to overcome and step up to the plate. And we're going to take it as an advantage, because once we get into season play, we'll be already in that battle rhythm. And I think having that battle rhythm is important, getting ready for the Friday, Sunday games. And this challenge will be followed by the next challenge the following week.
Yeah. Challenges begin this weekend. Good luck in North Carolina. Doug Hill, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Brian.